Living our daily lives can be as easy as taking in a breath of air or as hard as climbing a mountain summit. There are things that can bring us down and lift us up. Even our own family can fill us up with anger or enlighten us with joy and happiness. Regardless of what stature you have in life, you will always need someone, something, or anything that can help you get through each day. Some people find relief in God, family, companions, dreams and ambitions. Living a fruitful life is living it with meaning. Finding that meaning can be a lifelong journey, and along the way you may need words of wisdom that will guide you through the right path. Words that will let you overcome the struggles that come along with what life has to offer us. Life is always unfair. Some are rich while some seek desperate means just to last throughout the day. If you're lucky enough to be given the fate of a wonderful life, be thankful for it. If in any case fate has dealt you with a cruel hand, do no falter. Life is a mixed bag. One that's filled with many surprises. Today may be rough, but tomorrow remains a mystery until you do something today to change what lies ahead. Make each day worth living for the next. This video will let you in on some of the most inspirational tips that will help you fire up each day of your year. 1. Wisdom is the ultimate reward you reap for a lifetime of listening rather than be the one uttering words. Sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut and your ears wide open. Great and wise men first learned to listen before they became who they are. 2. Listening is one great way of showing respect. Instead of being unruly, listening perfectly portrays the sincerest of respect. 3. Making listening a habit will you good than with speaking words. It's when people listen that they truly become wiser. 4. The people who are likely to have many friends and companions are those who excel at listening. If you often hear out what people have in their minds, you are likely to win them as your lifelong friends. 5. Success can be gained by talking, but listening offers far better excellence. Great individuals are shaped and honed with the ability to listen to others. 6. Listening can let us be shaped into far better individuals. No leader in the history of mankind have had not listened to someone in his lifetime. 7. The finest literatures in the world was given birth by language and language by listening. Even Shakespeare had to spend some time soaking in ideas from individuals that surrounded him. 8. Relationships stand firm through the storm not by talking but by listening. Successful and fruitful relationships are brought about by the power of listening to one another. 9. The key element of good communication is the ability to listen to the things unsaid. There are times when listening requires more than our sense of hearing. 10. When people utter words, bear in mind each word. Not everyone was given the gift of listening. Be among the one to stand out in a deaf crowd. Listen to words that no one else would care to hear. 11. When you listen, do it for the sake of understanding and not just to build a reply. Conflicts get fueled when people only listen to burst out their emotions than to seek wisdom. 12. True friends listen while fake ones care less to lend an ear. If your friends are real, they will not hesitate to hear you out. 13. Good conversations often come from listening well. No matter how intimate a conversation is, it will never end up good without lending an ear with one another. 14. Doing anything else while listening isn't fully listening at all. People can only do so much but not listen eagerly while at the same time doing something. 15. The reason why we were given a pair of ears and just one tongue is so we could listen more than we could talk. It may sound like an irrational way to defend talking too much over listening, but it definitely gives us the big picture. 16. Humans bridge gaps and worlds through communication and storytelling. If you want to communicate better with someone or a fair number of people, tell them a story that they'll never forget. 17. Quite often, those people who tell great tales end up in wonderful stories as well. If a man preaches good things, great and unimaginable things will happen to him. 18. The future holds great things for those who are poets. It's not literally poetry, but rather the people who are great communicators become future leaders. 19. The human race learns through thinking of images and captivating those images by means of stories. Whether you're a teacher or simply want to leave your mark on people, the best way to do it is through communicating with stories. 20. The reality we live in can be very complicated. The best way to simplify it is in the form of stories. This goes especially to those people who have children. The larger concepts in life can be made simple simply by telling someone a story, which is far easier for minds to digest. 21. Keeping stories in mind leaves lifelong memories. Sharing those stories make them last forever. Should you wish to have your stories remembered more than just how long your life can last, tell them and share them with everyone. 22. If you're telling a story, pick a big one or don't tell one at all. The stories we tell bring meaning and inspiration to those around us. Tell everyone a grand story rather than something nobody would care to miss. 23. The meaning of stories unravel without creating the blunder of defining it yourself. There are instances where people have different viewpoints to each opinion, but storytelling tells otherwise. It gives meaning without creating uncertainty and doubt. 24. The world has been long shaped through our ancestors' stories. Those stories are the reasons why we exist in this world today. Aspiring leaders can change anything in this world, but first, those individuals must first be willing to chance themselves and their stories altogether. 25. An American Indian proverb once said, "Those who tell stories rule the world." 'Tis true. Individuals who express themselves through stories become leaders and great people in history. 26. There's nothing far hurting than having kept a story within your head. Leaving a legacy need not be all action. It must also be through the stories that you have shared all your life. There is no greater relief than telling your stories than keeping them to your grave. 27. Stories bring people to world unknown and things unheard. Storytelling not only conveys your thoughts but also sparks the interest in many and leading a creating and innovative generation. 28. There is no real enlightenment in life if there is no transparency and truthfulness. Then and only then can we achieve peace and harmony throughout our lives should we choose to become truthful. 29. We need to be truthful to ourselves and say no to those people and things that are not doing us good. The key to rediscover yourself is through living forthright. There are those who fall prey to those who oppress and tell lies. Break free from these chains that bind you by living your life with the truth and sincerity. 30. There is nothing more priceless than a truth said and done. Telling the truth and living with it is a lifelong reward. 31. Success comes to play when accountability, transparency, self-definition, and truthfulness merge as one. There's more to success than meets the eye. It's not for the faint of heart, and especially not those who are unwilling to change their ways. 32. Great leaders achieve greatness by passion and truthfulness. It's not about what race you are but how truthful you can become. Leaders are lifted high and exalted for their selfless passion and truthfulness. 33. Tough times often bring about our natural instinct to become truthful. People tend to break down their walls and show who they really are and what situation they're in, especially in desperate times. 34. Be the person who you really are and not a copy of someone else. Sometimes people are too influenced by others to become who they were meant to be. Believing in yourself and being truthful to that belief makes anyone a better person. 35. Be genuine, be authentic and not just a person others would want you to be. Don't be ashamed to become who you really are. People will accept the truth once they begin to see it in you. 36. There are those who trample upon your existence but do not falter. Instead, become the brightest star and outshine them all. When people persecute you, it is often because they are afraid of what you might become. Continue being who you are and you will later on be more than anybody else. 37. Be yourself because it is beautiful. Why would you stop showing yourself and create a facade to conceal your true self? Life is beautiful and so are you. There's no reason not to let the world know who you are. 38. Your true being isn't portrayed by how others see you but by how you show others. The truth is, people will continue to believe whatever they see and whatever you do. Be sure it truthfully signifies your true self. 39. The truth can never be kept hidden. It is like smoke that rises in the air that does not go unseen. Never tell a lie or live with a lie. The truth will always come to pass anyway. 40. Authenticity comes at a price of integrity, transparency, and vulnerability. These are the factors that make something or someone genuine. 41. Being ourselves is more of a gamble. There is the risk of persecution and there is the risk of winning big. The truth always comes with a price. It is never easy, the stakes are high but the rewards are even bigger. 42. Concealing the truth in exchange for safety is not the best path to dwell. In desperate times, the truth demands to be sealed, but doing so comes with a hefty lifelong price. 43. With the truth within you, it is easy to become a better person than anyone else. There's no shame in admitting the truth. No matter how hard it may be, the truth is always the best choice to make. 44. A transparent heart and a sincere life comes with no persuasive equal. The driving force of influence is easily achieved through living your life with no restricting walls. 45. The combination of kindness, honesty, transparency, and humor all work harmoniously for one common good. No matter how big or small a group may be, it will always require key factors to keep it standing strong. 46. The absence of transparency creates the wall of distrust and confinement of insecurity. The actions we do and the decisions we make creates a ripple effect. 47. When things and people are transparent, they are likely to be void of judgment and constraints. People are less likely to think negatively of something that is purely positive. 48. Transparency makes the soul easier to see. When we live truthfully with transparency, nobody can judge us, ever. 49. Transparency is both seen physically and mentally. Transparency coincides how we do things and how we think of them. 50. The life we live should be as transparent as the freedom we have. It's pretty clear what freedom is to us. Now, it is who in turn needs to be transparent. 51. The truth never hurts a transparent and just cause. When we see truth, it unfolds immediately without trace of doubt. 52. Never mistakenly take transparency for love. Love is a beautiful thing and so is transparency. What your soul shows in transparency might not be the contents of your heart for love. 53. The peace we so long for is also transparency for all mankind. It is when we have attained one transparency that we could have peace. 54. Democracy is the transparency being portrayed. Like peace, transparency brings about the freedom of democracy. 55. For anything to work, accountability and transparency must be present. The truth is, for people to truly live harmoniously, they must first be accountable and transparent. 56. Wisdom speaks of many things and honesty is one of them. The wise be not indulgent with lies but embrace the truth. 57. What makes the society and our civilization function is the collaboration of individual commitment. 58. To be champions, people must work together to become an unbeatable team. 59. Teamwork fuels the achievement of one common vision. 60. Alone, one can only achieve so much, but together greatness is next in line. 61. Then and only then can a team work as one when they have established trust. 62. Personal ambition should not overcome teamwork, else it will not exist. 63. As they always say, 2 heads is better than 1. 64. The beginning is coming together as one. Keeping the team intact is progress, and working as one is already success. 65. Success won't be ahead if you work as a team, but it will constantly follow. 66. The pillars of a team is every member and every individual is the team. 67. Collective intelligence is always worth more than single brilliance. 68. To make a fire, 2 flints is necessary and not just one. 69. Unity is the strength that a team has and that a single person can never have. 70. Teamwork is about selflessness. The more you have less regard for your own self, the team grows even stronger. 71. One team with one goal is unity and success combined. 72. Keeping your eyes and ears open is also being open for learning and wisdom. 73. Seeking something is looking to achieve your goal. Finding something, on the other hand, is discovering what is unknown. 74. An open mind cannot be withheld of education and knowledge. 75. Open your mind with the feedback of your actions, whether good or bad. 76. There is no such thing as negative criticism to an open mind. 77. To persuade people you must have an open mind and listen to them first. 78. Confidence is not about having every answer to every question, but rather being open to each question to be answered. 79. A fraction of your life is what naturally happens and the rest is how you react to it. 80. A pessimist normally complains about everything, an optimist foresee change, while open-minded realists adapt to circumstances. 81. Clear your mind before jumping into a conversation. A clouded mind does not reap good results. 82. The toughest thing to do is to decide to act, the rest basically depends on open-minded perseverance. 83. In every single day, it's either you who run the game or the game runs you. 84. In life, winning is not the years of earning but rather how you adapted to the circumstances that made you a winner. 85. The strongest and the smartest does not necessarily imply that they are the ones to last. Sometimes it takes more than that and something called adaptability. 86. Should you encounter various challenges, the only thing that can bog you down is the inability to accept change. 87. Life in its own way comes with changes that we need to embrace. It's those who fail to accept change that gets left behind in the race of life. 88. Any successful organization is made up of people who are capable of adapting to change. 89. Most individuals see opportunity as a rare occasion. Versatile individuals, on the other hand, see the change as the spark of new opportunities. 90. Circumstances that you have to endure in life can be redirected as favorable events if you have the ability to adapt. 91. Cold hard steel is useful until it is formed into something. Though it is a hard process, but the rewards are truly amazing. The same concept goes for the changes in our life. Though hard, it can be done and the results are worth all the pain. 92. Like water in a vessel, a wise person adapts to the circumstances that surrounds him. 93. When you let go of what you are, you will open the doors to what more you could be. 94. Life has many mountains to climb. Do not falter if you fall, because the journey in life is the reward for your hardships. 95. The passion within you fuels the dreamer that can change the whole world. 96. Living a life less than what you could have achieved means there is no passion in your life. 97. Growth, knowledge, and wisdom never ends for those people who have the passion to continue learning. 98. Passion is the driving force that made the human race the supreme beings on this planet. 99. When passion drives you, let your reason guide you and you will go as far as your eyes can behold. 100. Before we can feel the passion inside us, we must act it out in order to have a grasp of what it is. 101. Experiencing passion to someone that has never felt it before is like teaching what light is to a blind man. 102. Great leaders in the history of man have always had passion within them to excel among others for the greater good. 103. One good thing about passion is that you just cannot fake it. 104. A passionate start always ends up with amazing results. 105. If you ask our leaders, they will always have a good story about how their journey was passionately traveled. 106. Stop wishing for something to happen. If you really desire something, turn the desire into passion and get hold of what you want. 107. Love what you do. With love, you will passionately do your work and everyone else will follow. 108. Passion in life only runs out when we're out of breath. 109. It's worth the wait for people who have the same burning passion as you do than settling on individuals that are half-hearted. 110. When we have passion, therefore we can achieve. 111. If you decide to give your partner a surprise every so often, you would find it that you are also in for a surprise every time. 112. Do not tell people on how you intend them to do, but instead tell them simply what to do and you will be surprised with the results. 113. Life is full of surprises and you will get one or even more each day. 114. You can find that the truth is very rare, that telling is so delightful. 115. Surprising others can be simply done, but surprising yourself is a whole different story. 116. Live each day with a surprise in mind. Expecting something each day gives you something to look forward to. 117. Issues between peers, love, and war can be overcome with surprise. 118. People like to stay within their comfort zones. The best way to spark change is to give it a surprise. 119. Simplicity is the best form of sophistication. 120. Goodness, truth, and simplicity come together as one to achieve greatness. 121. A life lived simple isn't a life not lived well. 122. With simplicity comes ease, joy, and peace. 123. A simple artwork can tell the same amount of fascinating stories that a sophisticated work of art can. 124. Do not complicate things when simple can pretty much do the job. 125. In this ever-changing world, sometimes the hardest thing you could find is simplicity. 126. Simplicity is majestic that can even overcome even great sophistication. 127. The goal is not simplicity. It is the manner of running complicated things in a harmonious way. 128. Simplicity is the catalyst for evolution of human life. 129. If you cannot explain something to a 5-year-old child, then you most likely don't understand it either. 130. There isn't actually much in life that we don't know of. It's merely us who make the complications. 131. In any design, simplicity is taking out the obvious and leaving behind what's meaningful. 132. Free yourself from the entanglement of life. It is really an easy journey waiting to be enjoyed. 133. Nature is sophisticated but in a very simple way. 134. The simplicity of nature tells us that small things in life matter and that those small things make up everything. 135. Be thankful for what you have and what you have not. All men have had misfortunes, but not all have had blessings. 136. Gratitude can be seen when you are willing to return the same amount that you were grateful for. 137. The mere breath you take is an indication of life. As long as you are alive, be thankful for it. 138. Be grateful with what you are given until it is still there. Most of the time people fail to measure value until they are left with nothing. 139. Blessings come to those who are grateful for what they are given, whether big or small. 140. In each day of your life, give thanks. It is never written what comes up next. 141. Don't be mad if roses have thorns, instead be thankful that thorn bushes blossoms roses. 142. Don't waste what you currently have for what you do not. Keep in mind that what you have now is merely one of the many things you wished for. 143. Make it a habit to be thankful for everything that you have, great or small. 144. Let your gratitude be heard and blessings will overflow. 145. When you are happy, be thankful. It's one of those moments in life that make it worth living. 146. Gratitude is not simply done by uttering words but by living by them. 147. Gratitude is a virtue. 148. People who are able to be grateful are also able of achieving greatness in life. 149. Kindness is the one feature that distinguishes us humans from other creatures in this planet. 150. Kindness can be expressed simply by wearing a warm and honest smile. 151. The kindness that you sow will be the same kindness that you will reap. 152. Reward kindness with the same amount given and you will never run out of it for the rest of your life. 153. Where there is people, there is an opportunity to spread kindness. 154. There should be no barrier or exclusions for kindness. 155. Be kind to everyone you meet. You might never know that they are fighting an ever tougher battle than you. 156. Kindness is one language that any blind man can see and that any deaf person can hear. 157. The simple act of kindness is worth tenfold the amount of intention. 158. A mistake in kindness is far better than an act good with cruel intentions. 159. Do not be ashamed to say kind words. 160. The act of kindness is reason enough to persuade others to be kind as well. 161. There is no greater act than the act of kindness. 162. Every religion in the world teaches kindness, for this is a virtue. 163. Everything that you spend will be lost and everything that you will keep will eventually end up with others. However, what you give to other will be something that you will get to keep forever. 164. We are all humans alike. You must never look down on anyone unless you are lending a hand to help them up. 165. Humility is not degrading yourself but keeping yourself from being self-centered. 166. Futile pride only sparks war, but humility starts the revolution for peace. 167. For men of great power, humility is the hardest thing to do. 168. Humility should not be something that you take pride in, else you wouldn't have learned it at all. 169. The act of humility is sometimes the hardest thing to conjure when in time of anger and despair. 170. The fastest way to earn respect is to learn humility and practice it sincerely. 171. Humility is that heavenly virtue that not all have been blessed of. 172. Swallowing your pride is the first step to learn humility. 173. Humble yourself among others. Pride is nothing but a futile yet dangerous thing that can drag you down. 174. The proud person is forever bound with his chain of commitment, while the humble person is free of any restraints. 175. Even if you have enormous amounts of talent, be humble, for it is the right thing to do. 176. Give and continue to give. No one has ever become poor simply by giving. 177. The act of selfless giving is always rewarded with plentiful blessings. 178. There is no limit to what we can give so long as we have the willingness to do so. 179. When you strive to give to others, you are also giving to yourself by investing in good deeds that you will later on reap with blessings. 180. Giving is the willingness to let others experience the blissful life that you have. 181. Create ripples of kindness by starting the act of giving yourself. 182. Don't wait for others to lead you to become a giving, forgiving, compassionate and loving person. You can do it yourself and help others do it too. 183. You will lose everything that you have purchased. Others will take those which you have kept, but the things that you have given to others unconditionally will give you something that you can keep forever. 184. The more you give to others, the more graces you get from this world. 185. There will be times when you will feel doubtful. Settle those doubts by starting to give to others. 186. Be contented with what you have and share all the things that you can give to others. 187. The feeling that you get from giving to others is like a life energizer. 188. Every day is a blessing. Take this opportunity not only to make yourself smile but to also make others happy too. 189. Being intelligent and talented alone often becomes unrewarded. You need to be persistent to achieve the things that you would like to have. You need to remember that talent is supreme and nothing can ever replace it. 190. As you pursue your goals in life, you need to have a persistent attitude and a level of energy that is resolute. 191. Your continuous personal growth lies in your persistence to achieve. You can never tell when you will completely bloom as an individual. It has its own time, and with persistence, you will have a greater chance of achieving your full potential. 192. Being successful doesn't happen overnight. You need to be driven and persistent. Without these two, you can never expect to find yourself in the road towards success. 193. If you are already a persistent and driven person, you also need to make sure that these two traits do not turn you into an ignorant and stubborn person. 194. If you wish to become successful in life, you need to maintain a good level of enthusiasm even if after failing. 195. When faced with a difficult situation, you must never avoid it but rather confront it head-on. 196. When you are trying to make a point, being subtle and clever won't work. You have to make sure that you go directly to the point. If it does not work the first time, do it again and again. 197. Be patient like a tree that grows tremendously over time. Be persistent like the persistent growth of grass even with consistent trimming. 198. Consistently doing things to hit a goal defines your character, especially when you have constantly done it for 3 times or more just to achieve what you want. 199. When living life, you need to keep your persistence as small fire that burns inside you. This will help you get through as you go along. 200. Life is never easy, and that is why you have to keep going no matter how hard it takes. This is the only way to clear your path and move towards having a happy and contented life. 201. If you wish to always be on top of your game and be the best at what you do, then you have to act as if you are the last person on the line. This way, you will consistently do your best and always strive to become better. 202. We all have problems. If you wish to overcome everything that you are going through right now, you need to make sure that you keep on going and you need to continue hanging on. 203. When you feel down and out, when you feel that you are about to give up, look around and appreciate the things that you have. Find something to hold on. Find something or someone that will help you keep going. 204. When you drift off to sleep, you will find yourself wondering about the things that you did or the things that you want to do. Figure out your deepest desire which you think will help you become a better person. 205. Merely asking yourself who you really are won't cut it. You are going to be defined by the actions that you take each and every day. 206. Dreaming of what you want to be or what you want to achieve is good. You might have even planned out the things that you wish to be doing or achieving in the long run. But, in order for you to achieve those dreams, you need to build a real, strong and stable foundation in order for your dreams to come true. 207. The mere act of thinking who you want to be should be coupled with the drive, determination and the passion to be the person that you want to be. 208. It takes a touch of imagination if you wish to succeed. Being imaginative can take you to great lengths. 209. You are in charge of your life. Nobody can make you do things that you do not want to do. So if you are aiming for something today, start right away. You and now is a great combination. 210. Winners came to be through continuous attempt at winning. If you want to be considered as a winner in life, you need to keep on going even if you keep on losing. You will eventually reach the goal and become the winner yourself. 211. They say that if you are successful then you are happy. The truth is, success relies on happiness. Do what you love most and in time, you will achieve the level of success that you have always wanted. 212. Feel the need to become successful and you will eventually end up being one. 213. Remembering things is easier said than done, especially if you are living a hectic life. But if you wish to test out your memory, then try to remember the things that you did a year ago. Remember, each day is a journey that is worth living and remembering. 214. It takes great strength and courage to speak softly and still be able to communicate effectively. Remember, you do not have to raise your voice if you wish to make a point. 215. Whatever happens, life must go on. There is nothing you can do to stop it. You just have to live it. 216. Life is uncomplicated, but it is us, humans, who make it difficult to live. Like, love, live simply and everything else will follow. 217. Be confident that in time, you will get to achieve what you want to have in life. Just make sure that you act on your dreams and you continue to be persistent. In the long run, you will be living the life that you have always dreamed of. 218. When you say living life to the fullest does not mean that you only have to live for yourself. You also need to do things for others with an open heart if you want to safely say that you have lived a worthy life. 219. The only constant thing in this world is change. Do not live in the past. You have to accept that things will always change if you wish to live fully now and be able to face the future head-on. 220. Living life means accepting its challenges and understanding its lessons. This is the only way for you to fully understand the cycle of life. 221. The best things in life cannot be bought. Man cannot live only with the material things that they can pay for. You need to give a part of yourself as you live your life in order for it to be considered as meaningful. 222. Being a happy-go-lucky person will not help you achieve your full potential. You need to take life seriously if you want to become somebody. 223. There will always be times when you feel as if you just can't handle the things that life has been giving you. Always remember that successful and happy people had to begin somewhere, and they too had their own set of challenges. Just keep going and do everything that you can to overcome those challenges. In the end, you will find yourself at peace and happy with what you have accomplished. 224. Some people have disabilities, but that did not prevent them from appreciating and living life to the fullest. The only thing that can hold you back, and one which can be considered as the greatest disability of man, is having a bad attitude. Lose it and you'll get to have everything that you have always wanted. 225. Every living thing is worth everything when they are still in existence. If you have fully understood that every person, creature and plant that surrounds you is worthy of living, then you will more likely be on the way of preserving it rather than destroying it. 226. Never quit despite of all the challenges and the failures that you have gone through or is still experiencing right now. You need to take these things constructively and do your very best to learn from them. This is the only way for you to become a better person. 227. They say that wealth controls everything. But if you come to think of it, you can have all the riches in the world but still be unhappy. It's because love is the center of everything, and if you understand and accept this fact wholeheartedly, will you be able to move on freely and live life fully. 228. Love is not a mere emotion that you feel for a very special person. Love is a form of commitment that will endure no matter what. 229. There are several ways that you can use to show that you love a person. You can say, "I love you," 1,000 times but still be meaningless if your action shows otherwise. 230. Love is the center of all that's good in this life. Do not ignore love. It's what makes you a person, and it is the only thing that will make you truly happy. 231. They say that your eyes let you see things. But the truth is, there are things that you can only see and feel with your heart. Do not settle only on the things that you can see. You also have to consider how your heart reacts to it. 232. In life, you will feel love and hate. For some, hate lingers and trumps love. It must be the other way around if you truly wish to rid of all the emotional burden that you are carrying. 233. Your life will only become meaningful if you know how to love. 234. Face each day with a smile. Face every person that you meet with a smile. It is a simple gesture that can grow into something great like love. 235. You will gain knowledge not only through education but by living a life that is filled with love. 236. A life that is used to loving is a life that is worth living. 237. Apart from experience, loving is also a great teacher. 238. Trusting a person is the greatest proof that you love him or her. 239. You can never say that you are living your life to the fullest if you do not know how to love. Love is a great feeling that every person must enjoy because it is more omnipotent than wealth. 240. With faith, you will be able to make your dreams come true, and with love, you can make all things uncomplicated and simple. 241. Accepting change is hard at first and quite troublesome in the middle. But once you have gone through the entire phase of accepting chance, you will consider it as one of the best experience in life. 242. There are a lot of things that you might want to change in this world. The best thing to do is to start with yourself. 243. Life will continue even with consistent change. 244. Changing the world also means changing yourself for the better. That is a good start. Be as thoughtful as you can be to others. Be committed in all the things that you do. Start the change within yourself. 245. People always complain about the bad things that are happening in this world. If you want to contribute in the change for the better, you need to start with yourself and stop complaining. 246. The best way to change the world for the better is to become an educated person and use your knowledge to help others improve. 247. If you really want to change, you need to start with yourself, right now. You do not have to wait for tomorrow. You do not have to wait for anybody else. 248. There are things that can change along with time, but there are also things that only you can change. 249. Blaming others is a natural defense mechanism of man, especially if it is his fault. But if you truly want to change for the better, you need to accept your flaws and start changing then and there. 250. Do not be stubborn. There are things that will change even if you do not want it to. You just have to change the way you look at things, much like the way these things undergo change. That way, you can also adapt and change yourself for the better. 251. If you do not know how to change your mind in situations, arguments and simple things, then you cannot expect yourself to change and become a better human being. 252. You cannot change the world alone, but starting the change with yourself can influence others to do the same thing and eventually lead to having a better world. 253. If you have learned the true meaning of life, then you should know by now just how important change is. 254. Your life belongs to you, and if you wish to live it fully, then you have to start accepting changes. 255. The words that you say and write can affect a lot of people and even the world. Use it well. 256. You may not notice it now, but every little change that you make today can bring about a significant difference in what tomorrow will bring. 257. You can start changing but having good thoughts rather than bad ones. 258. You can never move on if you do not know how to forgive. 259. If you want to be considered as a strong person, you need to learn that letting go is a lot better than hanging on to your past. 260. Learn to let go of all things that had happened yesterday, and only then will you appreciate the wonderful journey that you are going to have today. 261. Saying goodbye is not always a bad thing. There are times when doing so does more good to you and your life. 262. If you wish to overcome your weakness, then you can start by letting go and forgiving others. 263. God said to forgive your enemies. Apart from ridding yourself of the burden caused by hatred, your enemies will also feel annoyed by your act of kindness and forgiveness. 264. Forgiving is hard to do, but when you do it, it can give you the relief and peace of mind that you have always wanted. 265. You have no way of changing everything that has happened in the past. But by forgiving, you are sure to change everything that the future holds for you. 266. Man can be as forgiving and you might not even know it. However, you need to also learn how to forgive yourself, and only by through that can you truly move on. 267. As a man, there will come a time that you will have to forgive those who have wronged you. Only then will you be able to live fully. 268. You can never feel loved if you, yourself, do not know how to forgive. 269. Forgiving is an act that will warm your heart and ease the pain that you are feeling. 270. Forgiving is an act of one person, but if you want to be reunited with your enemy, both of you must learn how to forgive each other. 271. The greatest gift that you can give to yourself, which is way beyond wealth, is learning how to forgive. 272. You can never expect to have a bright future if you are stuck in the past and unable to forgive others who have done you wrong. 273. All of us need to let go our past, and so do you. 274. You have better chances of winning in the future if you can only forgive others and let go of your past. 275. Have the courage to stop living in the past, and in so doing, you will have the strength to move on and live the life that you have always dreamed of. 276. Feeling at home goes way beyond living in a house for several years. This feeling is brought about by the people you live with in your home. 277. Wealth is nothing compared to the love that your family and friends can give you. 278. One important thing that you should treasure in life is your family. 279. Having a family is like experiencing heaven on earth. 280. Business is important, but your family must always be your top priority. 281. If you wish to have a happy family, you must always be ready to be there through thick and thin. 282. Value your family more than anything, because without them, it's like being in a cold, dark place. 283. Your money is not the only thing that you should care about. You need to treasure your connections with your friends and family. 284. Remember always that your family has always been there for you. They are your link to your past, your strength at present, and your bridge towards your future. 285. Nature has given us a lot of things, and one of the most important thing that it has given you is your gift of family. 286. The basic unit of society is family. Make sure to be proud that you have your own. 287. If you have a family, then you will never be forgotten nor neglected. Someone will always be there for you. 288. You may want a lot of things in life, but you have to realize that your family will always be the one that you will be returning to after your every quest. 289. Your family will give you strength to go on in life. 290. There is no other place where you can act terribly and still be loved but your home. 291. You cannot choose your family, but you can choose to love them wholeheartedly. 292. Your home is not a mere structure, your home is the people who live there. Those same people who love you unconditionally. Cherish your family and never take it for granted. 293. Be courageous. You will need it if you wish to successful in life. 294. Courage and strength are key when it comes to living life to the fullest. 295. Anything that will not kill you will make you a stronger person. 296. There are several virtues, and the most important one is courage. 297. Without the virtue of courage, you will never be able to consistently practice all the other virtues. 298. If you want to be considered as a strong person, then you need to acknowledge the strength that other people have. 299. Your will gives you strength and not your physique. 300. Fixing men who have been broken by the experiences they had in life is difficult, but ensuring that your kids grow strong and courageous is one thing that you can do easily. 301. Treat each day as a new chance to become stronger and more courageous. 302. Life will give you challenges, and as you go through each difficulty, you become a better person. 303. You may feel broken because of all the hardships that you have been through, but you will become a much stronger person. 304. Keep holding on even if you think that you no longer have the strength to move on. 305. Become a stronger person by living with dignity. 306. A strong person is an honorable person. In all actions that you do each day, you need to make sure that there is honor to each of it. 307. By experiencing pain brought about life, you become more courageous and stronger. 308. You will eventually meet a person that will push you to your limits and to your state of weakness. Turn the situation around and use that perceived weakness as your source of strength. 309. Find the difference between actually being strong and only feeling strong. 310. You will increase your strength as a person every time you overcome a hardship. 311. Being fearless means knowing who you are, and being strong means knowing others. 312. Do the things that you once thought you cannot do. 313. Gain the strength and courage that you have always wanted by facing your fear head-on. 314. Inspire your ambition by being fearless. 315. Develop your strength through your experiences in life. 316. Achieve success by going through various kinds of trials and suffering. 317. Believing in cause and effect can help you become a strong person. 318. Luck less likely have anything to do with success. You need to be strong, courageous, and rely less in luck. 319. Being a true leader does not only mean having the title but providing excellent service. 320. A true leader means providing hope through the services that you give. 321. If you wish to become a true leader, you need to know how to find the best way, go through that chosen way, and show the way to others. 322. Being a leader does not mean that you have to do everything so that you can get all the credit. 323. Empower other people and you will be considered as a true leader by your constituents. 324. Mold yourself to become a true leader by molding consensus and not just searching for it. 325. Obtain results and become a good leader because leadership goes way beyond giving speeches. 326. If you want to be distinguished as a leader and not a follower, then you have to be innovative. 327. Do not position yourself as the god of other but as a chief that they can follow towards the path of greater good and success. 328. If you are productive, then expect your team to be productive too. 329. If you want to become a leader, then you need to start thinking about the solutions. But if you wish to become a follower, then you can continue whining about the problems. 330. If you are a mere follower, you just need to handle yourself. But if you want to become a leader, then you need to handle others using your heart. 331. Managing people means you have to motivate them and help them reach their full potential. 332. Being a leader means making sure that the ladder is placed towards success. 333. You need to be efficient if you want yourself and your team to become successful. 334. Being responsible is important when it comes to being a good leader. 335. You have to influence others towards doing the good things and not by ordering them to follow your every command. 336. Use your brain when dealing with things and create a plan using your heart when execute. 337. You will surely leave a legacy if you live your life honestly. 338. Our names will be carved in our own tombstone, but before that happens, it is always best to leave a mark on the hearts of those you know. 339. When you're gone, there's nothing that you can take with you. You can also depart this world knowing that you have left something good behind. Strive for that kind of legacy and you will leave this world a happy man. 340. What you do for others will stay as your legacy once you are gone. 341. Strive for excellence, live with honor and love all those you know. For when the time comes for your life to cease, your name will be sealed with a title that is worth remembering. 342. Do something that will linger even after your death. 343. Live your life and build a legacy that will leave a mark on the hearts of those you know and those whom you want to help. This will leave a footprint that others will remember and even follow once you pass away. 344. Do not contribute to the violence that reigns this world, because one day, when you're gone, all that you will leave behind will be a legacy that only contributes to the existing chaos. 345. If you wish to be successful, you need to develop habits that will help you get there. 346. The road to success is never easy, but if you really want to have it, you first have to deal with simple situations. Get as much experience and knowledge from it and work your way up to harder tasks. In the end, you will be able to handle anything that comes your way. 347. Becoming successful means you need to have self-discipline. You must never let your mood take the best of you, and you should never allow yourself to simply go with the flow. 348. No matter how hard things are right now, especially when you are trying to be the best that you can be, never lose hope. You will get through eventually. 349. When trying to be the best and succeeding in your endeavor, you will be faced with obstacles. You can destroy that obstacle or go past it. In some cases, you might even be forced to find another way and totally avoid the obstacle that you are faced with. Regardless of what you choose, you will know, in your heart, what the best is the best thing to do. 350. Think positive even if you are faced with a lot of difficulties. 351. Hope will help you get through, and it can give you strength to pursue your dreams. 352. Apart from thinking positively, your actions must also be positive. 353. Anybody can become successful. You just have to be focused in achieving your goals. 354. Successful individuals spend their time wisely, and if you want to be like them, then you should do too. 355. Be open-minded and calm, especially when faced with difficulties. This will help you make the right decisions. 356. Increase your chances of becoming successful by checking out different points of view, gathering new ideas, focusing on your goals, and checking out new opportunities that will help you achieve the success that you have always wanted. 357. Don't make excuses. This is only for people who are either lazy or too scared. If you wish to be successful, you need to act on it. 358. Achieving success does not only rely on doing things for your own benefit. In many cases, you will have better chances of becoming one if you do it for others too. 359. Without hard work, you can never expect to become a successful person. 360. Make sure that you are always in good physical shape. This will help, as it is going to be the source of your energy. Without it, you cannot do all the things that you want to do, and if ever you try, you might not do it properly. 361. Live a life with a principle and do things to achieve success by conforming to a set of constructive principles. 362. You do things for a reason. Therefore, start your quest towards success by having a good reason in mind. 363. Never quit. You can only be successful if your determination is unwavering. 364. You need to master your craft if you wish to become successful. 365. When reading motivational quotes and tips, you need to make sure that you read between the lines, and you will find the wisdom that you are looking for. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.